And then Dan T. Cathy, it is a pleasure to meet you. I think folks know you, but nevertheless, I'll go ahead and be formal. Dan T. Cathy, Chairman, President, and CEO of the nationally known Chick-fil-A restaurants. Dan, I think many would say that you're known for your humility and the way in which you lead, and many would talk about it being a little bit different than perhaps a standard CEO. Instead of being in the office, you tend to go to your restaurants and spend some time with your people and spend some time understanding what customers need and how their interests are changing constantly so that you're staying in touch with both them as well as the employees. Fair?
Sir.
It's very nice to have you here and welcome.
Honored to be with you. Thank you.
So let's get to the questions. So the first question is really just an opportunity to hear your voice relative to this topic. And whether you refer to it as serving leader or servant leadership or shared leadership, I'm just going to call it shared leadership for now and assume that it still pertains to you in terms of, because I know each of you may use a little different slant, okay? And if I could, I thought I would actually start with you, Dan, if you're fine with that. And so the first question I have is, all of these first set of questions, because I want to hear from each of you, is just about how you think about serving leadership and ultimately its relevance to you and your organization. So more specifically, you are known, as I said, for really engaging your employees and going out into the field. You're also known for all the great philanthropic work that you're doing in the community. Could you
I hope we're known for selling some really delicious Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
sandwiches. Yeah. And trying to help out these cows that say, eat more chickens. So we're trying to help out the bovine population.
I was also going to say you're known for making money, too, and selling some wonderful chicken. You're good.
Okay.
My
really
son,
great
love your chicken, all right? So I think the question that we would have is, can you share just a few aspects of the culture that you feel is either present or is continuing to emerge around this servant leadership?
Well, culture is a great word. You've got a lot of wonderful words there. And culture, has been said, eats strategy for breakfast. So preserving the culture and being a guardian of the culture is one of my biggest responsibilities. I'm the second generation of a family business, Stephen, as you can well recognize, and the responsibilities that we have with that name. On my dad's tombstone, who passed away just about a year ago this next week, is Proverbs 22:1, that a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. And from a branding standpoint, we'd say a good brand is rather to be chosen than great riches. But you have to protect that brand. You have to protect that culture. You have to be a guardian of the culture. And so it's balancing a culture that has to stay relevant with the incredible changes that are going on out there. And I often use this little illustration. I use this from my little cell phone here. This represents all the things that are changing. And we've got to stay on top of this change. Jack Welch with GE, I love this expression, said when the rate of external change exceeds the rate of internal change, disaster is imminent. And so we're in a constant race to try to evolve our business. And for second generation businesses, 69-year-old business, it's very easy to get kind of caught up in nostalgia and where you've been versus anticipating where the puck is headed, as Wayne Gretzky would say. But on the other hand of, maintaining the lightning fast changes that are going on out here, is realize that the most important things haven't changed and never will change. And I've got to be as evangelical, if you will, about preserving the values, the heritage, as typified in this little New Testament that I've got here in my left hand. We're supposed to hide God's word in our heart, but I don't have it all memorized yet, so I'm still working on it. So until then, it stays in my left pocket over here. It's called my pocket knife. I don't have my full sword here. It's just my pocket knife. But so balancing these two, as we think about culture, it's the balance, and to be as zealous as leaders about being pioneers for change, pushing the envelope for change, going to places that are going to rock our world and shake up our thinking as it relates to the realities of the world that we live in today, and staying very relevant and modeling that for people. Loading an app a day keeps complacency away. So, you know, it's all about apps. It's all about staying very digital. It's all about staying very social, and dramatic changes. And people seeing within our organization, they either know that you're on the front edge of things or you're on the behind the curve. And so my greatest, need is to stay really on top of a lot of stuff that's going on out there, and to be bringing that kind of thinking in our organization. But at the same time, having a very clear focus on the values and principles that have never changed, and to be knowing that as we bring people into our organization, they've got to hear both messages in a very passionate way.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.